Hi, this is LS385 Library Automation, and today we're going to explore Chapter 5, Working with the Sales Consultant. There are 7 stages of the working relationship with your consultant. The first one is introduction. Then you have questions and answers. Then demonstration. Then product demonstration review form, the request for proposal, the contract, the invoice, and after the sale. I think we have to pay attention to each one of these stages because we have to have a good working relationship with the sales consultant. That will ensure that the implementation of the integrated library system will be a success. Working with your sales consultant. It is important to develop and maintain a good working relationship with the sales consultant. That, of course, does not mean that you have to have a personal relationship. And you can see here in the last bullet, it says, remember the relationship is still professional, not personal. But having a good professional relationship means that you're going to have somebody who you can turn to when you have questions in terms of the contract, price, services, and added features, and of course, support. Remember, secondly, that consultants are paid by how much they sell and for what price. Therefore, they should be I'm sorry. They should be, or they are, very interested in making the sale. Therefore, because they are paid on the basis of what they sell, they are eager to create a good working relationship with you. They want to make sure that you are going to purchase the product from they are offering you. And in a good sense, and this is in a good sense, you have to take advantage of that. In terms of what? In terms of getting demonstrations on site or webinars or added features, etc. for the benefit and support, of course, for the benefit of your organization. In the introduction, it's the moment where you will provide detailed information about the library, such as how many titles do you have, what items are in your collection, who staff your library in terms of librarians or paraprofessionals, etc. And this, of course, will help the consultant determine if the company has a product for your needs. And in their line of products, which product is the best one for you. So you have to be specific in terms of the resources that you have in your library. Information resources such as books or textbooks, serial collection, videos, etc. And also in terms of your resources, meaning staff, and also what it is very important to is to point out your in terms of your staff, what skills do they possess. Questions and answers. Most companies provide access to webinars to learn more about products and services that are offered. By the way, I'm posting a link for a webinar that I want you to, it's a recorded webinar that I want you to make sure that you watch. And webinars are a great place to learn about products and to ask questions. A webinar what a webinar is a demonstration over the internet. Okay, they may have demonstrations. They may have they may invite a guest who is already using the software, and they of course will have technical support to answer the questions that you will have on implementation in terms of your hardware needs, your software needs, how you're going to upgrade your bibliographic records, what are the modules that the integrated library system has, what are the added features, and how that new integrated system is going to help manage your library collection, your patrons, and what other benefits will offer to your school, for example, if you're a school librarian, or to your public library. So, and I'm going to, again, I'm going to add a link to a webinar that I want all of you to watch. It is important to involve all library personnel, since those who do specific jobs will have the best questions. In other words, if you have some librarians working in, let's say, cataloging, it would be a very good idea to have that person present to ask the right questions about cataloging, importing cataloging, or being able to import from the old legacy system to the new system that you are trying to that they are offering you, that the vendor is offering you. This is very important. The same thing for patrons, the same thing for circulation, etc. Also, if you're working or you plan to work in a school librarian, there are modules that manage textbooks, and this is of course this is a key in school districts, because you want to follow up where your textbooks are going, to which schools, and who are the students who are checking out or who have a book lent to. So it is very important to see what added features this integrated library system will have that will benefit your functions. So it is important to have the key people, because you cannot have all the questions, and because you are not working in every department. So what you have to do, of course, you don't have to have the entire staff, but you have to assemble a group of people to either attend to the on-site demonstration, or to attend the webinar. There are two options when a vendor demo should take place. The first is when acquiring information before writing the RFP, the request for proposal. The other moment that the demo can take place is after writing the RFP. And the idea is that, of course, if you haven't provide the vendor with the RFP, I'm sure he or she, the vendor, will ask you for what are you looking for. Okay, so he will try to focus the demonstration. Of course, they know already, if you're a public library, what are your needs. If you're a school library, what your needs are, or an academic library. But it's always a good idea that you have even if you don't have written the RFP document, that you have a pretty good idea on what you want to see in the demonstration. Also, it is a good idea to provide the vendor with information so he or she can focus the demonstration on the features that you are looking for. That's in the case that you want to do the demonstration before you have provided the RFP. If you all have already provided the RFP and you have finalists that you have decided, okay, these are the three top offers, or these are the three three top vendors, then you will give them an opportunity to demonstrate their product. By the way, and I think I have mentioned this before, the best way to have a sense on a product that will work for your organization is to ask around other librarians and other organizations similar in size. So if you are working for a school, please ask other librarians in other school districts near you with the same characteristics to see what ILS software are they using and how it has been implemented and how its support, technical support, etc. That's the best way to decide which system will work will work for you. A benefit that something that you have to think about when before doing the demonstration or even writing the RFP is to invite vendors to your site so they can look at what how does your library and what resources you have available there, because they then can tailor make the demonstration for you and for your staff. Another advantage to have the vendors or the sales consultant at your site is that the other staff member can ask questions about the products and, of course, get the answers. The vendor can also tour the facility and get a better idea of the equipment, the hardware that you are running, and the peripherals that you are running, and if they need to be upgraded in terms of workstations, servers, barcode scanners, printers, switches, firewall. How is your, if you have a firewall, if you have a intranet, if you have how good is your internet connection, etc., etc., etc. This will, of course, provide the vendor with information that they need to make a better, to give a better advice in terms of the product that you need for your automation project. Here, of course, we already know that, and we are librarians or future librarians, so we have to take good notes and record the visit of the vendor and the demo. We can even have a digital recorder or a video camera to record the session with the sales consultant. But in any case, it's a good idea to take notes during the vendor's visit, because I'm sure when this is happening, new questions will arise in terms that only the vendor can answer, and you have to do a follow-up by email or by a phone call. Sometimes it's better to use email because then you have that in written. Okay, a phone conversation, well, it's never a record of what you talk to your sales vendor. One thing that you have to be concerned about when you have a legacy system and you want to go to a more up-to-date system is how if it's just have to make sure that you will be able to export your records from the old system from the legacy system to the ILS. Okay, make sure that that is possible, and make sure that the vendor is offering you that service. They will take care of it and make sure that it is in writing. Also, and this is my advice that I always give to any organization that is switching to a new updated system, make sure that you have, of course, a good technical support in the future. Unless, of course, you are migrating to a open source system. Then, if you are going to migrate to an open source system, you are on your own. But if you are buying a product from a vendor, make sure that everything is written down in the contract. product demonstration review form. Please make sure you go to your text and read chapter 5 and see a good example of a review form in page 55. Good questions will help you make a well-informed decision. This is not a decision that we may take lightly, because this is a decision that, of course, will have a cost to your school, or to your school district, or to your public library, or private library, or to your academic library. So this is a decision that I don't recommend doing by yourself. Make sure you have a committee with several staff members that so you can share the responsibility of deciding which product is best for you. The request for proposal, RFP. Be knowledgeable about the laws and policies regarding RFP or bids, and make sure you abide for the policies and rules in your organization. Okay. Secondly, do not accept offers for lunch or dinner, even if you want to pay for your own meal. This makes situation more difficult and might violate RFP policy. In other words, keep a good professional working relationship with the sales consultant. Do not approach the sales consultant as a friend. It's a professional relationship. Okay? And this is what it says here. Keep a relationship professional. Another important thing that we have to realize is that we have to treat all vendors equally and fairly. In other words, we have to provide opportunities for the vendors to offer their products, okay? Because what we want to make sure is that we are selecting the best product for our needs. And of course, that is a fair competition. The contract. Once the RFP is complete, the sales consultant for the company that won the bid will be contacted. Okay, so you will have several bids. All will have the same RFP, and you and the committee will decide who won the bid, and then that vendor will be contacted. And this is a word of advice. As a courtesy, all vendors should be notified and thanked for submitting a proposal for consideration. Don't ever make an enemy of your vendors. Why? Because you don't know when you will be in the position when you are either working with a different system and a different vendor, or you yourself in the future may be a sales consultant with a vendor. So make sure that you keep courtesy, you keep your professional demeanor, and thank all the vendors for submitting a proposal for the consideration of your organization. Okay. Never, this is my professional. This is more than a professional advice. This is a personal advice. Never let emotions get into professional relationships. Things work much better that way. Invoice. A sales consultant will send you an invoice giving detail and prices for the software, hardware, add-ons, peripherals, and any other items that you are purchasing. Also, of course, the invoice will have, if you're getting a hosted system, you will be billed, or the invoice will explain how you will be billed, in what terms, and how much will be that, if you're paying monthly or yearly, etc. Secondly, and this is the key here, Remember, you were the one who developed the RFP. So make sure that the RFP and the invoice match. Everything have to match because you want to make sure that everything that you requested is in the invoice. If it is not in the invoice, well, talk to the sales consultant and make sure they make a new invoice including the items that were in your RFP. Some companies may require partial payment upfront. After the sale, okay? Make this is an important question in the beginning. Get details about what support will be available after the sale, and please don't wait till the end to get this. For me, once I have decided on a product, the most important criteria or requirement is technical support. Some companies will assign a project manager to your organization, and that will be the contact person that you will need for every question that you have, either technical, in terms of billing, etc. That's a good model. Having a person that it will be your manager within the vendor's company. Remember, there are many departments in large corporations, so make sure that it is in written how you're going to contact support and how much support you're getting. And please, if you're not getting support from your vendor, do not sign the contract. Even though everything is in writing, it's a good idea to keep a good relation and professional relation with your sales consultant, because he might have to intervene at some point to get a problem resolved in the future. And I have seen this happening. Sometimes support doesn't pay any attention to you, and you have to go back and talk to your sales consultant about what's going on. And of course, he will be, or he should be, if he's a good professional, he should be. He has to make sure that if support was part of the deal, you will get that support. Okay, this is pretty much chapter 5. Make sure you read carefully this chapter from your textbook. And as I said, I will also add a webinar that I want you to watch during this week. Thank you so much.